Don't forget to turn on your notifications, follow, and subscribe. U.S. begins deportation flights for Haitians camped at Texas border town. More than 300 migrants arrive in Port-au-Prince as U.S. plans to remove 12,000 camped around a bridge in Del Rio. The U.S. has begun flying Haitians camped in a Texas border town back to their homeland and blocking others from crossing from Mexico in the beginning of what could be one of America's swiftest large-scale expulsions of migrants or refugees in decades. More than 320 migrants arrived in Port-au-Prince on 3 flights on Sunday. Haiti said 6 flights were expected on Tuesday. U.S. authorities were moving to expel many of the more 12,000 migrants who camped around a bridge in Del Rio, Texas, after crossing from Ciudad Acuña, Mexico. Some people arriving on the first flight into Haiti covered their heads as they walked to a large bus parked next to the plane. Dozens lined up to receive a plate of rice, beans, chicken, and plantain. All were given $100 and tested for COVID-19, though authorities were not planning to put them into quarantine, said Marie-Laure Jean-Charles with Haitian Office of National Migration. Gary Montplaisir, 26, said his parents and sister lived in Port-au-Prince, but to reach their house, he, his wife, and their 5-year-old daughter would have to cross a gang-controlled area called Martissant, where killings are routine. "I'm scared," he said. "I don't have a plan." He said he moved to Chile in 2017 as he was about to earn an accounting degree to work as a tow truck driver. He paid for his wife and daughter to join him. They tried to reach the U.S. because he thought he could get a better job to help his family in Haiti. "We're always looking for better opportunities," he said. Some said they were planning to leave Haiti as soon as possible. Valeria Ternesia, 29, said she and her husband want to travel with their 4-year-old son back to Chile, where she worked as a bakery cashier. "I am truly worried, especially for the child," she said. "I can't do anything here." The U.S. plans to begin expulsion flights daily on Wednesday, 4 to Port-au-Prince and 3 to Cap Haitien. According to a U.S. official, flights will depart from San Antonio, but authorities may add El Paso, a federal official said. The only obvious parallel for such an expulsion without opportunity to seek asylum was in 1992 when the U.S. Coast Guard intercepted Haitian refugees at sea, said Yael Shasher, senior U.S. advocate at Refugees International. Similarly, large numbers of Mexicans have been sent home during peak years of immigration, but overland and not so suddenly. Central Americans have also crossed the border in comparable numbers without being subject to mass expulsion. Although Mexico had agreed to accept them from the U.S. under pandemic-related authority since March 2020, Mexico does not accept expelled Haitians. When the border was closed on Sunday, the migrants initially found other ways to cross until they were confronted by law enforcement. An Associated Press reporter saw Haitian immigrants crossing the river into the U.S. east of the previous spot, but they were stopped. Mexico said on Sunday it would begin deporting Haitians. A government official said the flights would be from towns near the U.S. border and with Guatemala, where the largest groups remain. Haitians have been migrating to the U.S. in large numbers from South America for several years. Many make the dangerous trek by foot, bus, and car, including through the infamous Darien Gap, a Panamanian jungle. Some of the migrants at Del Rio camp said the devastating earthquake in Haiti and the assassination of President Jovenel Moise made them afraid to return. Since Friday, 3,300 migrants had been removed from Del Rio to planes or detention centers, the U.S. Border Patrol Chief Raul Ortiz said on Sunday he expected to move 3,000 of the approximately 600 remaining migrants within a day and aimed for the rest to go within the week. "We are working around the clock to expeditiously move migrants out of the heat elements and from underneath this bridge to our processing centers in order to quickly process and remove individuals from the United States, consistent with our laws and policies, Ortiz said. The rapid expulsion were made possible by a pandemic-related authority adopted by the former President Donald Trump, allowing for migrants to be immediately removed without an opportunity to seek asylum. The Biden administration exempted unaccompanied children, but let the others stand. Any Haitians not expelled are subject to immigration laws, which include rights to seek asylum and other humanitarian protection. Families are quickly released in the U.S. because the government cannot generally hold children.